Are you a chartered accountant having an inclination towards law? Do you aspire to work in a law firm? Well, then watch this video till the end because I'm going to be in conversation with CA Vinita Krishnan, who is a director in direct taxation working in Khaitan and Company, Mumbai. She is going to discuss with us the role and opportunities for a chartered accountant in a law firm. CA Vinita Krishnan is a director in the direct tax practice in Mumbai. She has over 14 years of rich and varied experience in advising clients on domestic and international taxation matters. Prior to joining Khaitan and Company, she worked with Ernst & Young. Her expertise covers a broad spectrum of tax advisory, international taxation, structuring of inbound and outbound investments, transactional tax, taxation of EPC contracts, M&A, structuring of cross-border secondments. She also specializes in due diligence, GAR advisory, structuring of distress buyouts and exits and restructuring transactions. So with her rich experience, let us discuss with her the scope, the role of a chartered accountant in a law firm. Hello Vinita, welcome to Theory Masters Learning.
Hi Preeti, thanks for the opportunity.
Vinita, whenever we hear the word chartered accountant, the only things that come to our mind is return filing, maintaining accounts, audit. But I think a chartered accountant degree gives us far more opportunity than these traditional practices. You being a chartered accountant, you're working in a law firm. So how did you get the opportunity of working in the law firm?
A very interesting question, Preeti. So, for me, while I am part of a law firm, I am still a chartered accountant. And so I started my career like any other chartered accountant. I had started my career in one of the prestigious Big Four. And I was also part of a team called as Transaction Tax.
Okay.
And as the name suggests, mainly my role was to advise on all facets of transaction related tax advisory. And our role was primarily advisory in nature.
Okay.
And I spent about 4 years in the Big Four. And as part of my profile, what exactly we used to do, for some example, is like, say, a company comes and says, I want to sell my business of cement,
Okay.
whereas in the same company, I am also carrying on power business.
Okay.
So, what is the best way to sell cement business from a tax perspective? Whether they should do a demerger, or should they do a slum sale, or should they cherry pick assets, liabilities, or should they say, hey, let me move the power business out, let the cement be in. So these are some examples I can give, like what was my role in terms of being part of the transaction tax team.
Okay.
And
Okay.
also we used to do tax diligence, if both from a seller or a buyer perspective. Like, what is tax diligence in nutshell is you look at what the position company has taken in their tax returns
Okay.
and see whether there are any potential liability triggers, whether the position was sound or not, and whether as a buyer or when you sell a business as a seller, where can someone come and say your valuation may be adjusted because there can be any potential trigger.
Okay.
So
Okay.
overall, it was.
So you had a very interesting profile in the Big Four. I think in being in the tax department, there was a variety of work which you did.
Yes, certainly, and it was not. Since it was mainly advisory in nature,
Yes.
the routine kind of work was, not very prominent in the profile which I was there in.
Okay.
And while that is also equally important, it's not that is not important. And it was a very enriching experience for me. And I can say I was lucky and blessed to be a part of such a tremendous team in my initial phase. So after 4 years, I moved to a law firm where my journey began as an associate.
Okay.
And it's almost a decade now I'm with the current law firm, and where I am moved from an associate to a partner level.
Okay. So did
So
you ever plan to work in a law firm or it just happened?
so it just happened, but yes, there was like I wanted to leverage my skills and That's how it just happened, and that's how my journey has been a very beautiful version from, because I've seen myself growing with the team, and even
Yes.
growing the team, like, I would say that way, from a journey of associate to a partner.
Okay, okay. But whenever we think of a law firm, lawyer is something which generally comes into mind. Is there any role for a chartered accountant in a law firm?
So you have an example in front of you. So
Right,
yes,
right.
there are roles for chartered accountant, clearly, for in a law firm, or like it can be two types of role: client facing or
Okay,
non-client facing.
okay,
In terms of client facing, there can be, practices such as tax, which can again have subsets: direct tax, indirect tax. Or you may also, within that week, you can also focus on litigation oriented practice.
okay,
So there may be some overlap in what you do in a chartered accountancy firm, whether it is a big four, it's a mid-sized firm, or it's an entrepreneurial firm, or your work in a law firm. There may be
okay,
some overlap. It's not, there cannot be any overlap.
okay,
But how, what would be a role in a law firm would be, mainly it will be more oriented toward advisory. Anything
okay,
and everything to do with, like a direct tax, for example. You may be sitting in a law firm and being part of that team. You may be advising client,
okay,
whether it can be as simple as, Vinita wants to move out of India and settle in US.
okay,
What is the way she can become a resident, non-resident in India? Or it can be someone like, an MNC want to set up a plant or a subsidiary and operations in India. What is the best way to go about it? Or it could be like an M&A deal, where you would be, selling shares, buying shares, selling business, for example. How is the best way to achieve the, result of the client from a tax perspective? And in a law firm, like it's like a one shop destination. You will work along with, many times, with the other practice areas,
okay,
the legal lawyers, where they may be advising from a legal side, and you may be, supplying and advising from a tax side. So it's an overall package a client gets.
okay.
And not only your role stops there, you can also equally play a vital role in negotiations, in, even drafting the documentation, reviewing the documentation from both legal and tax perspective. Because many times, if you have seen in litigation, the documentation plays an active role. So, what is
Correct.
intended, what is agreed, is it really rightly captured in the documentation? A lawyer or a CA being a part of a tax team, coupled with, if you have a law degree, that is even more a feather in your cap. You can really distinguish yourself as an advisor. The
Okay,
other thing is, as a litigator, like, you have scope. If you are part of a law firm, you can litigate and represent your clients at higher fora, such as High Court, Supreme Court. So,
okay,
which also is an added advantage. And then, while this is again maybe an overlap, but being a part of a law firm, when you give recommendation for any changing law, like, every year there is a budget,
correct.
there are expectations, and sometimes, the clients go back to the legislature, saying that there is something in the law which can be, tweaked, which will, meet win-win situation, both for you and both for the taxpayer. So
Okay,
being part of a law firm, you also get an industry legal perspective, because, say, for example, you have a change in a capital gains tax system, and in a law firm there is also a capital markets team. So, they can give you a perspective as what happens from a client when they look from a capital market perspective, and a tax team, looking and taking, leveraging on that advice, can give you a more holistic advice to the client. So
correct, correct.
clearly, there are good roles for a chartered accountant. And now, coming to non-client facing roles, it can be you can be part of a compliance team or in-house finance team of the law firm.
Okay.
You can be part of a strategy team or the knowledge management team of the law firm. So the opportunities are tremendous.
Yes, yes, yes. I think after listening to you, one will surely agree that being a chartered accountant opens many doors and many opportunities. Chartered accountancy degree is just the base, it's just the start. But since you have knowledge of accountancy, finance, taxation, law, so working maybe in a chartered accountancy firm, in any corporate or in a law firm, so the world is your oyster now. There are so many opportunities, there are so many doors which the degree has opened for a chartered accountant.
Certainly, Preeti, you're bang on the point. And it's an ongoing learning process.
It's a learning, and law being so dynamic, there is always something new to learn there, and the job never gets monotonous because you're always reading, learning. It may be a little hectic, I think, sometimes, but it's exciting nevertheless.
Absolutely.
So how did your work experience, your knowledge of being a chartered accountant help you to adapt in a law firm and adjust to the work environment, to the work that you're doing? How did that knowledge, how did that degree help you in your current profile?
From my point of view, I would go back to the roots and say that CA degree teaches you a lot.
Right.
And if I want to be participate in a marathon race, I cannot just get up and run a 25-kilometer race.
Absolutely.
That's what
right.
CA degree teaches you.
Right.
The volume and the contents of the course, is very voluminous.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you need to be disciplined. You need to plan yourself, organize yourself, and consistently put in efforts so
Right.
that you reach the finishing line.
Correct.
So
Correct.
these are some qualities or some learnings. If you continue and imbibe and actually apply in your work experience, you can easily adapt. For
Right.
example, there is always a possibility that in a day you may get so many tasks. So how do you multitask? How do you prioritize? If you can be consistent, disciplined, and planned in your approach, you can achieve your target. So
Right.
that is something which helped. The second thing is your domain knowledge. So as a CA student, you do spend a lot of time in subjects like income tax, indirect tax. It's a full-fledged subject. And not to say the books which the institute gives, it's so good. Plus you
Yes.
have various other courses and tutors like you around. Plus you have the other books which are available in the for the CA courses. These are all a tremendous experience for a student to get a holistic knowledge. What is there in income tax? What are the 5 heads of income? What are the other important chapters of income tax? So there is some brush up domain knowledge which is being set in you.
Okay.
So, but the importance is you need to ensure that the process of learning is continuous, and you are also in a position to apply that knowledge. So CA at least helps you to know where do I need to look out.
Yes.
If there is a problem given to me, like can I claim a depreciation if it is an operating lease or a finance lease? At least the CA course taught me that I should be looking at the chapter of business depreciation and profession.
Okay.
So then you dwell upon it, you go deeper, analyze it, apply your knowledge. That's where it helped you when you go to a work experience.
So I
Again,
think CA gives you the base, they introduce you to the various laws, and once you find your area of interest, you can go deeper, you can explore that in detail.
Right. So again, it depends. I was giving you more an example from a tax law.
Yes.
So it all depends, which law you want to apply, how. But that is the second or the third learning, which as a CA professional, it helps you. Then even, at a very tender age, you are exposed to an outside world by doing an articleship.
Yes.
When you work as an article, at least small things like how to deal with others, how to work in a professional environment. You get some facets when you are as a student exposed
How to deal with pressure, with the deadlines, and all that is
Absolutely.
also imbibed. Yes.
Correct. And also like where to do research, which books
Right.
to refer. So these things, helps you when you go into an organization, whether it is a CA firm or a law firm. It helps you to cope up with that and adapt to it.
Okay.
But I would always want to say that once you complete your course, that you should not become complacent, because that's not the end of it. The journey is actually going to begin.
Yes.
And you have to really apply all the learnings on a very time to time basis, on the job, on the ground.
Yes, and I think articleship will help them to explore various areas of work, and then they can decide where their interest lies.
Absolutely.
Uh, So what advice would you give to CA students who want to, make a career in law? Because there are many students of mine who say, ma'am, we find law very interesting. We would first like to complete our CA degree, but we would like to pursue law. So if somebody wants to make a career further, maybe in law or taxation, so what advice would you give to CA students?
So the advice would be, like, I can put in bullet points. The first point is your domain knowledge.
Yes.
You need to keep on investing in your domain knowledge.
Absolutely.
So when you read it, it may be possible that you are able to know what you want to, work for. But there is also equally a possibility that you are clueless. You don't know what is interesting to you. So you need to work and understand. But whatever you do, you need to keep on learning and enhancing your knowledge. As it is said that it is an evergreen law.
Right.
Like every year there are amendments put forth. So if you say that what I read last year, I can just sit back, it is not gonna
It
help.
is not, yes.
So you need
absolutely.
to be on your toes and have the eagerness to learn. So that is the first thing. You need to invest time, give your time to the work, whether it is in a law firm or any organization. You need to invest in yourself and in the organization. So it's like you cannot say that I am getting bored. I have already read. So the time management is equally important, and eagerness to learn. The
Right.
agility to learn is something which you should always have in you. The second thing is you should be patient. You should be humble in your approach and always be respectful and earn the trust of your peers and your seniors.
Yes.
Things will follow, things you will get it. Be patient. Just because you start your career and you are not enjoying, give some time and see whether is it something really you're not enjoying or what is it. And don't treat work as work, because if you enjoy and do with passion, you can easily flow with the work and do well. The third important suggestion or tip which I would want to give is, don't chase money, chase your dreams, chase where you
Absolutely
are
right.
going to learn the most.
Money will follow.
Of course, money will follow.
Right.
Money is important. I won't say it is not. But in terms of prioritizing, at least in your initial phase, look for what interests you, where you are getting to learn the most. That is where you should invest time and chase your dreams. The fourth thing I would want to say that is from a point of view where you need to see whether you want to get into the traditional practice, whether you
Right.
want to get into a big four organization, or do you want to go on a finance side or a very MBA side of it, or you also want to become like your own teacher or your tutor, Preeti, like on the teaching side. So depending on which profiles, it is tremendous. Then you need to start putting your little efforts in that part.
Okay. That was so insightful and so encouraging for young chartered accountants. Thank you so much, Vinita, for sharing your experience, your knowledge. I think it's been a decade since you're working in a law firm. So you have a very vast and a very rich experience, which the students, I think, will surely benefit after watching this video.
Thank you, Preeti, for your kind words. And I wish all the students best of luck, and keep on putting efforts. Success will follow. And if you have any doubts or queries, please feel free to reach out to Preeti. And even if there is something for me, I'm happy to address it. Thank you all, and thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Vinita. All the young chartered accountants who want to make a career in law or who are interested in this subject will be so happy to hear this from you. And this will also give them a hope that apart from the traditional practice, there is a lot waiting for them in the practical world. You have shared all your practical experiences. You have given them examples. You have taught. You have also discussed with them not only the theoretical part of it, but also what is available for them in the practical world. Thank you so much, Vinita, for your time.
Thank you so much.
Students, if you have liked this video, do like, share and subscribe to your channel Theory Masters Learning, and hit the bell icon so that you get notifications for such interesting videos.